Alright, so in this video we're bringing the Nova to the track, and we see some of the things I did beforehand to get it ready. All I'm gonna say, it ended in kind of a failure. Ended in failure, but it's only gonna get better from here.
That was fast. Oh, man.
So some of the changes that aren't going to be in this video is I changed the wheels. There's different front wheels and tires. Yet eventually we want to lower the front end and the back of the car. But we changed the rear wheels and the front wheels. So more of a cosmetic upgrade. These wheels are definitely lighter than the 17 by 8s that were in the front, so we took some weight off the front by switching to these. And we changed the exhaust on it. If you could see, we have a 3-inch with turn downs, and by switching the exhaust, it actually changed up the jetting on the car a fair bit. And that was before I changed the intake manifold, which you'll see in this video as well as we put in a M&E PCV valve and a catch can. So the car is on the trailer because, well, you see at the end of this video how it went. Welcome to Bro Joe Builds, and as promised, the first upgrade for the Nova before we get to the track, things I wanted to change before I got there, and one of them was this intake manifold. As you saw with the time lapse, we took the intake manifold off, and we had a dual plane on there, a Chinese dual plane. It served this purpose, but because of the size of the cam and the compression that this motor was packing, it probably was definitely hurting the performance, especially when it came to the higher RPMs. Again, this is a Chinese copy of Edelbrock air gap, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. This one I can't imagine was that good, being that when you tried to line up the ports on the gasket, it kind of didn't real center really well. So I don't think this is the best casting. Someone did try to do like a little match port on here. They didn't really do much of a good job on much of anything. And this is a Super Victor. Now switching on to a single plane that I had already ported. I actually recorded some of the porting. It didn't come out that well, so I never posted that video. But I ported this intake manifold and then got it cleaned up, and I'm more than confident that this intake manifold would outrun that intake manifold, especially with this combination. Remember, just a quick rundown, it's a 406 with 11 3-to-1, a solid flat tappet cam with 260 degrees of duration at 50. So, and it has a ported Vortec cylinder heads. They are not factory castings though, they're the Engine Quest castings. So, and well, 202 160 valve package. So I'm gonna switch to the Super Victor, and again, we haven't got to the track, so technically I don't have before and after, but I could almost guarantee you or promise you with my combination this setup will be much better, being that I already have plenty of torque converter as well. I have a 4,000 stall converter. It's supposed to be a 3,800 stall, but with the combination it was flashing 4,000, 4,100. So, you know, I have plenty of torque converter for this combination. So with that intake, well, with this intake manifold, that converter, this is going to be pretty much as good as this combination is going to get without, you know, opening it up. And honestly, if I wanted to go faster, it would be go with a roller cam and do more head work, because I was very conservative when I did the port work on that head. So enough of me talking, and the next video, well, in this video, I might not do it today, but in the same video we're gonna install this intake manifold back on, and we'll get right back to it. This is the M&E PCV valve. I set it up for a mode, which is, I guess, they call it high flow mode, and because this engine produces so low vacuum, that's how you have to set it up. This is my first time using this. Since I hooked up the PCV valve on this, it's been much cleaner. The oil's been running cleaner. It hasn't been pushing oil out of it. So I found this online. Test it out and see how it works out. So as you can see, first pass with the car, something broke. I didn't get to get any in-car footage because my knucklehead behind, I left the micro SD card for my GoPro style camera, so I couldn't take any in-car camera footage, even though it would have been pretty unimpressive anyway. The car had a little hesitation before the launch. It left, and then something didn't sound right away. It kind of felt like maybe the car was spinning, but at the same time, I didn't. By the footage, I could see this tire was definitely planted, but I'm guessing this tire might have been spinning on the. It has a limited slip, GM differential, and most likely they broke some spider gears. So I'm actually switching to a spool. I know this is a street car. I've driven a lot of street cars with spools, in the past. Isn't the best thing, but it's kind of like the best budget street strip thing to do. So I'm gonna put a spool in it, and we're gonna do some videos installing a spool. I'll switch down to 390 gears while I'm there, and some C-clip eliminators, and we're gonna head back to the track and actually get some times this time. But the car did feel really good on the street. I know that this car's gonna move pretty decently, but till we get numbers is only hearsay. So, Bro Joe builds, on to the next one.